Hi, I'm going to share you my experience with White Hat, especially the demo 2 round. So the thing they gave me the color changer app in the demo 1. After that I got selected to my demo 2, which is around within 2 days or 1 day gap. Yeah, so in the demo 2 I was supposed to explain about the PDF called Pong game, which is a pro level PDF. Okay, so this time I should know about the language called JavaScript because the Pong game dependent on the language called JavaScript. So first they gave me let me explain you the content of the PDF Pong game. First they will be the warm up, and in the warm up you have to give one activity called bottle activity. So what you have to do, you have to explain the difference between instructing human and instructing a robot. So you have to have a bottle and you have to ask the child to ask this child to instruct you how to drink water from this bottle as a human. So the child will quickly do it. So similarly you have to ask the child to instruct how to drink water from this bottle as a robot. So it you have to make that incident, that situation, that scene so funny. Like what they told me, you have to turn into a robot. So you should ask the child to imagine me like a robot, and you have to ask what am I. So the child will reply, you are a robot. So you have to look like a robot. Like you have to say, the child will ask you to drink a water. You should not do that. What you do, where is the water bottle, where is the water bottle, where is the water bottle, like that you have to imitate like a robot. So it will be super fun. They laugh, and they'll tell you look around for the water bottle, and you have to I found a water bottle, what I have to do, like that you should give that robot tone in your voice. So and they'll ask you to pick up the water bottle and lift up means you have to raise your right hand towards the upward immediately. Picked up, lifted up, you have to tell like that. So it will make so funny. So okay, so this is actually these each and everything carries a huge mark. Okay, it has a weightage. So after once completing the warm up, you have to go to the website. You have to explain about the JavaScript language, where one task will be coming for you. That is an Amazon or Flipkart task. So you have to ask the child whether do you shop using online website, or what online website do you use. They might tell you Amazon or Flipkart too. So you have to practice the coding, which the single line program of JavaScript, which they would have mentioned in PDF itself. So please practice the single line of the JavaScript coding in both Amazon and Flipkart. That is nothing. That single line JavaScript coding line will allow you to edit the content of the Amazon and Flipkart pages. Okay, mostly they will tell you Flipkart only, because in the PDF they would have given you Amazon. Okay, yeah, so please practice the both. Okay, so you have to, in the PDF they would have given you amazon.com, but since we are in India, you have to type amazon.in. Okay, so if you type .com, it will display the rates in a dollar. So there you will lose timing. The HR will ask you to type in amazon.in, so you will lose time there, and the time management will lack. Okay, so immediately go and start typing amazon.in and flipkart.in. And for I would suggest you the best tip to save the time is, whatever links you have to open on the time, please keep it open before you attend the interview. There will be so many links in the demo too if you get a pong game PDF. Okay, one is the Amazon, and there will be few links of the games that you should explain to the kid that how these games are work. Okay, will work. So you have to keep opening those links. Okay, so what you do before entering into the interview, you please open those links. Okay, and go by tab wise. Okay, this is one more tip they gave me. And after completing the Amazon task, you have to there will be 5 games link. You have to explain that games. The one is soccer game, so you have to explain the soccer game. There is nothing to explain. This is a soccer game. You have to ask the child actually what game is this. They'll tell you football. Okay, so football and soccer is nothing. They are both are same. Soccer, in a soccer, the player is supposed to play using their head. So in the PDF they will be given soccer. So the child will tell you it is a football game, and the child itself will ask you why it has written soccer game, ma'am. So you have to say that both are same only, no, not a big difference. Okay, we call it as soccer also. So that you have to explain. You have to ask the child what game is this, do you know before, have you ever played it, like that you have to ask. And in the second game like there will be a T-Rex game, so you have to ask that this is the most familiar game, I know you will definitely know it, like that you have to tell. And you have to give some information like, this was developed by the Google team and you will be developing this such games after enrolling for the course, like that you have to tell. And the third game will be the most another famous game like Angry Birds. Yeah, they definitely know that game. And you have to ask the, do you know to play this game? I'm a bad gamer, I don't know to play this game, can you help me, Abdina? Sorry, like that you have to ask. And HR might ask this question like, why the bird is so angry, ma'am? Why the bird is always killing the green pig, like that they'll ask. This question I faced during the demo 3, not in the demo 2, but they might ask you in the demo 2 also. So you have to be ready to explain the story of Angry Bird. Why the angry bird is so angry towards the pig means the pig is so naughty, and the pig will always eat the angry bird's eggs. So that's why the red bird is so angry towards the pig, and it will always try to kill the pig, green pig. Yeah. So this is the reason. After the Angry Bird game, there will be another. Yeah, after the Angry Bird game, Pong game activity. But it is always good to show the Pong game activity as the last game activity which you are supposed to show. So before after Pong game activity, they would have given you another link called multiplayer car racing game. So show that multiplayer car racing game before the Pong game. Okay, so this multiplayer car racing game has a special weightage. This is so important because in this game they will test your panel navigation knowledge. So what do, you open this link before the interview starts, and as you have to please click onto the teacher button and copy the secret word and keep ready. Okay, so once you are giving your demo, when you are explaining about the multiplayer car racing game, what you do, you have to instruct your child like, please give on to the exit full screen, which is the orange button with 4 arrow keys. Now can you come to the video panel game, and in the gray area can you go to the 4th icon, which is the chat box. I have pasted you one secret word, like that you have to tell. So you have to, while explaining these steps itself, you should have pasted it. Okay, so you should have opened this multiplayer car racing game before the interview starts itself. You should so it will help you to save time. Okay, so these and all carries heavy marks. It is a 40% for percentage marks for this now, for yeah. So the student will, what you have to do, so student will, you have to instruct the student to copy. How to copy? You have to press Ctrl+C on the message. Now close the chat window, and can you go to the activity section at the right side? Can you see in that activity section, can you click on to the student activity 5? There will be multiplayer car racing game. Please click on to that. Now it is asking so that you have to explain each and everything. So please keep on practicing. It will take so long time. So you have to mug it up. You have to memorize those screen displays of student side. Okay, so the student is supposed to click onto the student button, and they will enter the secret word, and they have to give submit. You should not say button, press that button, you should say submit. And then they are supposed to click onto they are supposed to type their name, and they have to click the play button. So like that you have to tell. Now let's ready to play. So you have to tell them, please press arrow key if you want to make the car run. Then they will ask, which car am I, ma'am? So you will be the white car, and they will be the red car, which is the second one. And the main thing is, you should make the student win the race. Okay, so you should not you should not be too slow also. You should compete with the student and make the student win. Okay, that also carries mark. This is what they told me to do, while as a tips they told me. So after finishing that, this is the main task. From this, you will be teaching the coding part, like how to create a game. So there will be a Pong game link, so uh, you have to make the kid tempt. Okay, they should not they should feel excited. Okay, so to do that, what you have to do, this is a Pong game. Have you know this? You should not tell any game. You do you know the you have you seen this game? They will tell no. Do you know the name of the game? Let me tell you, this is a because it's called a Pong game. And what do you know, this is the first video documented game in the 1970s, and you are going to create it now in this session, and you excited. So that you have to talk with them, and you have to play that game, and you have to ask the kids, the like, what and all objects do you see? Okay, so they might tell the paddles, the balls, and the scoreboard and the net. Okay, and you have to ask them, from what I have to start, from what let's start, you have to ask. So they might tell you, they might struggle actually, so you have to help them. Like, whenever you are facing a complex problem, you have to break those problems into a smaller ones, okay, into a simple ones. Now tell me which is looking simple to you, like that you have to ask them. So they'll tell you the the paddles and the ball. Yeah, absolutely right, let's go for it. And you have to go to the blank activity in the teacher activity. Okay, blank teacher activities, I think 7. No, yeah, you have to click onto that, and you have to explain the panels of the on the P5JS editor. So you have to tell, so this is the environment where we will be creating our Pong game. Okay, so like that you have to tell. Do you know the name of this environment? This is P5JS environment. JS is nothing but the JavaScript language, which I told you in the beginning of the session. So this is the language we are going to learn today. Like that you have to tell, and you have to explain each and every panel of the environment. Okay, like the play button, like the stop button, like the first you have to ask what are these lines, like they will be set of codings in the P5. So you have to ask them, so this is how coding looks. Have you ever seen coding before? So this is how it exactly looks, like that. Then only you should start explaining play button, stop, preview, and of course the settings, the theme about have to change the theme, whether to black, whether to light or to high contrast. So these things they of course, and you have to explain the console in the P5JS. Okay, these things will not be mentioned in the PDF. So these are the tips they gave me. So you have to explain about what is the console, which throws you the error, and you have to show them how it works actually. Okay, so once after editing, explaining this, you can start typing the coding part, and you have to start explaining. You have to ask what is function, and you have to explain the function in 1 to 2 lines. Okay, it should be very short and crisp. And what is setup, and you have to tell what is the difference between setup and what's that, draw. Yeah, okay, setup will execute once, whereas draw will execute the lines keep again and again and again. So and then you have to you have to explain the rectangle in a different sizes. And in the teacher activity itself, you should make the paddle, how to make the paddle. You have to explain how to make the paddle, so that it will be helpful for you to make the teacher to make the student to make the paddle on their own. So once after completing the student activity, teacher activity, you have to go to the student activity. So you will be stop sharing, and you will be start guiding the student to how to share their screen. So you have to be very, very patient, and you have to be very clear how to guide them. So what you have to do, so now I'm going to stop sharing my screen. So please click on to the exit full screen, and can you go to the video panel, and go to click onto the share screen, you have to tell, and click onto the, now that you can able to see the student activity, so you can explain how to go to the P5JS editor, and they will start typing their coding. And you have to help them, you have to guide them by asking certain questions like, oh, how do we make the rectangle into a paddle, like that, and where you want to place the rectangle, either to the left or the right. And you want to make them, do you want to make them paddle move, like that. And you have to explain what is mouse, why, And yeah, once the teacher led activity is over and the next things comes, you have to guide the student to save the project. So you have to go to the file and give share, and you have to click onto the second link. Just click that link is more enough. So and they have to copy that link in the, you know that already, the URL input box. And after doing these, you have to revise them, like what and all we learned today. So what is, you have to ask what is function, and why did we added background color, what problem did we face, like that you have to ask. And after reviewing it, you have to, what you have to do, this is the main task, which is giving the rewards to the kids. So you have to do, like usually we give rewards to the kids who done exceptionally well in the class. So for your strong concentration, for your listening, entire session, I'm giving you the full 10 points with hats off, congratulations, you have to tell that. So you have to give 3 points where you have to mention congratulations, and you have to mention hats off especially. So these and all takes heavy marks. Okay, so once completing the review, you have to explain the module. So this module will take 60%. Okay, so other than 40%, only the module part alone takes 60%. So you have to be very confident about explaining some module. So first try to understand what does module. Don't just mug it up, it is waste of time. Understand the modules. Okay, 3 modules you have to understand, and you have to go like with the flow. You have to just explain in a flow. Okay, so you have to call the parent, and what you have to do, how you have to ask the feedback regarding regarding the class, like how did you feel about this class, ma'am. So so they might tell you it was good, it was well, like that. So one second. So in the feedback, after asking the feedback regarding the class to the parents, you have to tell about the kid, like you are really blessed to have such smart child, and she got 3 out of 3. Usually all not all kids will get this kind of mark. Usually kids those who are exceptionally well in the class will only get the chance to get this mark, ma'am. I'm really proud of her, and I'm looking forward to teacher, like that. You have to tell about the kid, and you have to start explaining regarding the course, like the first module, like the second module, and the third module. So you have to be very interactive while explaining each and every module. So in the first module, it is all about making the kid to designing the games. So you have to ask parents, like in the first module, have you ever played games, ma'am? So have you ever played T-Rex games? The T-Rex games will appear when you go offline. The dinosaur will face so many obstacles, so you have to do like that. Okay, so this is about first module. So you have to be very interactive to the parents also. You should not keep on explaining them. You have to ask certain questions, and first you have to ask whether they are non-IT or IT background. And if they say non-IT, you have to, no issues, ma'am, I'll explain you everything in a simple way. So you have to make it in a simple way. You have to explain it everything. Once you're done with the 3 modules, what you have to do, you again you have to ask the review about the feedback, uh like how do you feeling about the course structure, ma'am. So and you have to do that. There are actually 4 points after completing the modules, explaining the modules. So and the next thing is you have to make the parents urgency. So you have to create some urgency, like my schedule is almost full, ma'am. So if you book the slot as earlier as possible, I will be taking class for the Neha, or else someone will take the class, ma'am. So that, like that, you have to give urgency. And if you have, and the third point is, if you have any doubt, our academic counselor will get in touch with you, ma'am. So fourth thing is, thank you so much for your valuable time, ma'am, and I hope you will enroll for the course. And you have to go to the kid and ask, Neha, are you there? So I'm giving you one assignment, try making the ball move. Okay, so yeah, after these, thank you, ma'am, you have to tell, please stay on the panel, ma'am. Our detail will be displayed in the video panel, in the screen. So please stay on the panel. Now I leave the class, ma'am. Thank you so much once again, ma'am. So you have to end the class. Now the demo is over. Now the HR will ask you the technical questions. What they ask, they might ask you, make the ball move from the bottom right to the top. Top right to the bottom left. Okay, or else they might ask you top left to the bottom right. Okay, and they might ask you another question like Mm, they'll ask you, "Oh, what if I give the background color instruction in the second, in the second line? What will happen? What will be the a background color if I give in the setup function?" So like, so please go through on it. Go through on this. This is not a big deal. If you work on, if you type coding, and if you work on that codings, you will know the answer. So you can click you can explain these things, and the most of the questions are available in the divine school, what is that, the website that is recently created. So most of the questions are around 15 to 20 questions are available in that website. Yeah, that is all about demo 2. I have given you the tips that are also asked in the demo 3, so it might help you. So you are supposed to score 80 percentage in the demo 2 and 96, 95 above percentage in the demo 3. I have scored 100 percentage in the demo 3. So all the best for you. They might 2 weeks later. So please keep on practicing along with me. Thank you.